Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cliff Barnwell, and I'm a contributor to GOP Connect. I'm here today with Mr. Dan Rogers, our founder, and we're here to ask him a really important question. Dan, why did you develop GOP Connect?
Well, I started looking for something that was a little bit more. I was trying to do it with a website, and website just wasn't exactly what I was looking for, and the messaging platform I'm using to communicate with the voters wasn't enough. And I was looking for something that would enable the individual voters to manage their own notifications, because I don't want people to be notified of something they're not interested in. But I also want them to be reminded of what's going on and help them learn how their political process works in their community. Because I find that most people, even people in party offices and county and elected officials, do not understand how the process is supposed to work and how our system is set up. And I think if people understood how that worked, we'd get a lot more participation. So I stumbled into a group that what they do is create private networks. And they said that they could do it. So the more we worked on it, the more it kind of became apparent that I'm on the right track. And I think if people will use this platform, they can get a lot out of it. And it's going to allow us to have courses. People are going to be able to communicate with one another. We're going to be able to put anything that we think is important for people to know on our network. And it can't be taken down because it's a private network and it's our little corner of the internet and nobody can mess with us. And we can have various and sundry groups can be on our platform. They can communicate with their members. The community at large can see those groups and join those, or some of them, if they're private groups, they'll be able to ask to join them. Some of them will be paid groups, local groups that they charge for membership, but they'll get exposure to the people who are on our platform and that may want to join their groups to grow their membership, and they can communicate with one another. And to me, it's all about trying to come up with a way. Back to answer your real question, I'm looking for a way to help my precinct chairs communicate with the people in their precinct, because I think we need to get to know our neighbors again. People don't even know who lives next door to them anymore. And with the COVID and the virus that we had, a lot of people don't associate with their neighbors like they used to. So this is a tool that our precinct chairs, anybody can use as they go door to door and get people on this platform or neighbor to neighbor, and people refer others to our platform where they can communicate and see who nearby is interested in the similar things. And as we developed it and worked it out, we have the ability to have all of the political subdivisions and groups in one place. So, for instance, if you want to know what's going on in your city council, you can choose to be notified of that. You'll be able to control those notifications directly in our system. And maybe you're interested in the Canyon School Board or County Commission. You could choose to be notified of what's going on in those situations. And then we have a group in our local area that if we have something that would encompass everybody, if our senator came to town or our governor came to town, and then people would be automatically notified of those big events that were for the whole area. So really it was a way to help my precinct chairs communicate with their constituents and me to communicate with the constituents, and they can communicate with us and their elected officials. So any elected official that wants on our platform, we will allow them to be, and then they can bring their supporters on board. And it's a community of people who want to restore honor and integrity and hold our elected officials accountable.
Well, thank you, Dan. Sounds like you're creating kind of a community, a town square. Sounds interesting. Anything else you'd like to add to that?
Well, I didn't really intend it to be that when I first started. It was kind of going to be a very simple thing to help precinct chairs, but I think it's the more we worked on it, the more we see that we can do with it. And the sky's really the limit. And it's about the participation of the voters. And it's a system for them, for people who want to be informed and engaged in their local community. And I'm trying to focus on the local community because the media focuses on the national. My thing is, it doesn't matter the national. If you take care of your local community, your local school boards, your local city council, your local county commissioners, county judges, elected judges that you vote on here locally, that's what matters. And they affect your everyday life. So I'm trying to create a system that we can make people get the message out to people so they can learn how the system works. Because I think once they understand how the system we have was intended, they'll be amazed. And then they'll be involved. And that's how we solve problems.
Thank you, Dan. Sounds interesting. I know I'm looking forward to the future of GOP Connect and participating in it, knowing about our community and knowing about the things about what's happening politically here. Thank you again, Dan. We appreciate it.